GIMP's text tool can be arcane, I get that, but in this video I'm going to go over some of the quirks and how you can wield the text tool with confidence in your designs. So starting it right off, let's select the text tool here. I've already got mine selected. The hotkey for that is T, so the first thing you're going to notice is you've got these little tool options over here on the left that pop up when you select your text tool like I have here, and I've put in my font as League Gothic, which is a great free font that you can get over at the League of Movable Type.org, I think. Just Google it and you'll find it. And then you can just, you can browse through your fonts if you really want to. Maybe I'll switch over here to Lithos or Lithos, I don't know. Fun story about Lithos. It was one of the original Adobe fonts back in 2000 when they were really starting to expand their catalog. At least I think so. Anyways, right underneath that, you've got your size down there. I've put mine at 28. And then an anti-aliasing option, which smooths out your text. You should always have that checked. Hinting, which controls anti-aliasing parameters, I believe. Or maybe it's kerning. And then right under that, color, really important there. And then underneath color, you have justify, which is left justified, right justified, centered, and then fill justified or justified. And what that does is that's going to change the way that your paragraph basically kerns and formats its text. So mine here, I've got this paragraph on here and I want it to be centered or fill justified. So see now it fills, and then I want it to be centered and it kind of centers it, and then right justified, left justified. So self-explanatory. Anybody who has worked with Microsoft Word will understand those buttons. And then right under that, you've got kerning commands and line spacing commands. And these are useful if you want to adjust the size, the space between letters, or adjust the space between lines. And you can just select your paragraph and then use the arrows to kind of get it where you want. Now, as far as placing text goes, I've already got this text up here, but I'll place a new layer. It's really simple with the text tool. You just take it, press your T for the text tool, and then type it out. And I'm going to type in type with an exclamation mark because I love me some type. And you'll notice what happens is that this new type has just grabbed the parameters from my tool options immediately without me having to tell it. So it'll always take those parameters that you have set. And that's pretty cool. And then say I want to manipulate this more. Well, if you really need to fine tune it, you can go in here and use these options up at the top. And I'm just going to select, say I want T and Y to be highlighted or bold. I'll select T and Y, and they've gone bold. Or maybe I'll change the font to League Gothic bold. And there we go. So we've got League Gothic bold. That's apparently not actually a font. And you can do really minute adjustments right here. So we'll change the PE to a lighter color, and you've got that adjustment. Now, if you want to change everything, you can just click without selecting anything, and you should be able to change the color of and the parameters of this entire box by just selecting and using the parameters on the left. And there's some finicky stuff here, but it's really helpful to know. Just press Control A if you want to change everything for sure, and then you won't have any trouble from there, and you'll just have all your text selected immediately. Otherwise, you can just highlight it manually and then adjust using this fine tuner up here. So I want to increase the font size. I use the arrow. If you want to increase other stuff, you can just alternate or modify those parameters as you see fit. Now, another great function of the type tool before we wrap up here is containing text. So say that I want a longer paragraph of text. I'm going to jump down here, my font size down. Oops, my tool options box jumped out of the window. I have a video about that actually. And I'm going to make a new paragraph here, but I want it to be contained. So using the type tool, I'm going to click and drag right here, and it's created this little box, and I can just type in this box. We'll just paste a bunch of stuff, and it contains that text to that box, no matter how much type I have in there. And then I can justify things left or center or right from here. Justify. And then you can move that around using the move tool. And you've got really nice, really easy to manage for a large paragraph or something like that. So that's the rundown of the text tool. Don't be afraid of it. It really is a great tool in GIMP. It's a little bit finicky, but really if you just use Control A and select everything you need to change, you should have no problems.